Hi, my name is Rex Peake and I am a member of Silverstrand Dojo International, and my main area of focus is Judo. In Judo, the main emphasis and training is learning how to fall safely. With good ukemi, or falling techniques, one will be able to have a safe and enjoyable Judo lifestyle. Today I'm going to be demonstrating a few of my favorite throws with a few ground techniques added. The first technique I will demonstrate is Koshi Guruma. Koshi Guruma, when translated in English, means hip wheel and is one of the original 40 throws of Judo as developed by Dr. Jigoro Kano. Koshi Guruma is also part of the current 67 throws of Kodokan Judo as we know it today. Classified as a hip technique, Koshi Guruma is a very effective throw against a larger opponent, either in tournament or in self-defense situations. During this throw, I will try to lift my uki's arms up to get his weight forward on his toes before I execute my entry. I then move my right arm over his head as I move into position for the throw. Keeping my feet at shoulder width or slightly wider and my knees slightly bent, I execute the throw while making sure I get a good pull on my opponent's arm. Notice the hip entry is quite a bit deeper than the traditional hip throw, or ogoshi, thus allowing the uki to roll over it. Koshi Guruma is also a very effective throw when your opponent isn't wearing a gi or when you only have their wrist to grab onto. This makes it a very good self-defense throw when trying to protect yourself when being attacked. Next, I will add a juji gatame at the end of the throw. Juji gatame, or also known as a cross arm lock, is very effective in causing your opponent to submit because of the intense pressure it applies to your elbow. This pressure is possible because the tori is using the entire body, including the strength of his legs and hips. As I lift my opponent, I place my right foot under his shoulder blade to raise his shoulder up. This helps to apply more pain to his arm. I step over his head and sit straight down, making sure to keep my thighs together and clamping them tight. I then lay back and pull my opponent's arm straight back and then apply more pressure to his joint by raising my hips. Also, I make sure to keep my uki's thumb pointed straight up to get the correct angle on the joint. There are also many tricks to help you out when your opponent is clasping the hands together to prevent the arm lock. One of them is to interlock your legs to apply pressure to the wrist and hands, making him break his grip. Another is to push your leg through his arm opening to break the grip. My next throwing technique is called Sumi Gaeshi, or corner reversal throw. I will use the cross-leg version of this technique, which I prefer due to the fact that if I miss the throw, the chance of my opponent landing on top of me is greatly reduced. This throw is known as a tsutemi waza, or sacrifice technique, because you are committing yourself to falling backwards as you execute the throw. First, I pull my uki's upper body down so I can reach over his back and grab the back of his belt, or his gi near his lower back. If my opponent is trying a low attack towards my legs, or if he is tired and bent over, I don't have to pull him down. But in this example, I will get him to bend over by using a quick tug to attain the proper position. I then take a left foot forward, or a zenkutsudachi type stance, to keep my right leg back, preventing him from grabbing it. I move my left foot close to his right foot and raise my knee up, placing the top of my foot on his inner thigh. Then I sit straight down, pulling his weight towards me, and kick my leg straight up, forcing him to fall forward over my head. Now I will add an arm lock at the end of this throw. The arm lock I am adding is known as Ude Gurami, or arm entanglement lock. After the throw, I quickly position myself into a side control position and attack my opponent's arm on the opposite side of his body. With his arm in a bent up position, I slide my forearm under his shoulder. This applies pressure to the shoulder by raising it up. I then pull his arm toward me and slightly raise his elbow. By doing this, I do a slight reverse throttle movement with my hands. This twists my uke's wrist and arm, applying even more pressure to the shoulder and arm. This is just one technique you can use from this side control position, other words known as Yoko Shiogatami, and there are other attacking locks and chokes that can be used. In closing, I would like to say that one should always be careful when using these techniques. Judo is always a give and take type of martial art, and one must be careful not to hurt your uke while training. Keeping everyone healthy keeps them coming back to train more. And with that, I would like to thank Shihan Silverstrand and the other instructors, students, and great friends that are involved with Silverstrand Dojo International. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you for watching.